Hello, and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Singapore Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. Carlos Sainz won the race with a stunning drive. Let's jump into it. Red Bull Racing, Red Bull Racing. Oh, what a shit weekend you had. And wow, we start with Max 2. Now, that is the lowest mark I've gave him all season. The reason I give him 2, he had a great recovery drive, obviously qualified 11th, finished 5th. It was a good fight back. But favouritism, I think, this weekend for the champion and the champion incoming. Because how he escaped a penalty when he blocked Tsunoda, I will never know. I mean, it's bad enough he didn't get one for slowing in the pit lane. He blocks Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda gets knocked out. Oh, slap on the wrist for the Dutchman. We don't want to upset Max. That is bollocks at the highest level. That's why I give him 2. Really shit. Not right as well. No matter who that is, that should have been a penalty. Sergio Perez 2. Red Bull shit weekend. Perez qualified 13th, finished 8th. Red Bull way off it. They'll be back on the money in Japan. Charles Leclerc 9. Ferrari really strong. Qualified 3rd, finished 4th, was 2nd for long periods. Then the safety car came out. Charles was held. Couldn't release him because cars were coming down the pit lane. And then, yeah, he played the team game, really, because they told him to drop behind Carlos. He did. So, really unlucky for Charles. Deserved a bit better. Carlos Sainz 10. 10, 10, 10. Pole, race win, champions drive. Huge statement. Wow. And he used his head well. Like, he could see the Mercedes coming. I'm going to lose the race win. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll give Lando Norris DRS, knowing that Norris was never going to really get past him. Smart. World-class Carlos Sainz. Fernando Alonso 3. An off weekend for Fernando Alonso. He qualified 7th, and then a rare mistake by the Spaniard. He comes in the pits. He goes over the white line. A penalty. Then he comes in for his pit stop, tries to serve the penalty. Aston Martin have a horrible stop. And yeah, really poor. I think where did Alonso finish? Must have finished last. Out of the runners. Lance Stroll 0. This guy needs putting out of his misery faster than you can say misery. Big crash in qualifying, and then that meant he was out the race. It's great to see that he walked away from the crash, but this guy is out of his depth. He's going to cost Aston Martin. Even McLaren are going to overtake Aston Martin now. Aston Martin can get a better second driver. Even a guy blindfolded and his arms tied behind his back would do a better job. Lewis Hamilton 8. Now, Lewis had his arse handed to him all weekend by George Russell, but Lewis kept it, qualified 5th, finished on the podium, mainly because of Russell's crash, but yeah, Mercedes called it brilliantly on strategy. And you can say it was a brilliant call, but they actually had a guaranteed second, and they've only, finished 3rd, so, but it was worth the gamble. George Russell 9. Now, I could have absolutely hammered him for the last lap crash, but in my opinion, no biased, he qualified 2nd, so close to pole. He was fastest, for me, he was the fastest driver all weekend, George Russell. He was absolutely on it, but a huge error on the last lap. They went for the brave call. Russell all over Norris. If he'd have got past Norris, he probably would have won the race. And then, I don't know, massive mistake on the last lap. Of course, you could hammer him and give him 7, 8, but I don't think he deserves that mark. Because he was superb this weekend. Deserved much more. Lando Norris 10. Wow. Superb Lando Norris. Can't say any fairer. Qualified 4th, finished 2nd, another podium. Consistent and doing a great job. Oscar Piastri 7. Yeah, Oscar was hampered in qualifying due to Stroll's crash, qualified 17th, finished 7th. Great fight back by Oscar. Porntash, Valtteri Bottas, Duffman. We've got a lot of nicknames for him nowadays. Qualified 16th, retired in the race, Valtteri Bottas. Guan Yu Zhou 2, qualified 19th, finished 12th. New contract was undeserved. Esteban Ocon 8. He qualified 8th, was in the points, had guaranteed points, put a great move on Fernando Alonso, and later retired in the race. He had a very good weekend. Deserved more. Would have scored points if not for the retirement. Gasly 8. Qualified 12th, finished 6th. A very strong result for Gasly. And yeah, much needed points for Alpine. 1-1, 5. Oh, 1-1. One of the most unluckiest drivers out there on the 2023 grid. Qualifying, blocked by Max. Max escapes a penalty because, well, we don't know why. But yeah, that hampered him. Tsunoda probably would have got into Q3. Maybe his weekend's a lot different. So he gets blocked in qualifying. Then he starts the race. Retires straight away. Tsunoda. Liam Lawson. Liam the lesbian Lawson. He does look like a lesbian in fairness. But yeah, credit where it's due. He qualified 10th. Finished 9th. Outstanding. And I'll tell you why it's outstanding. Tsunoda has scored 3 points. AlphaTauri as a team have 3 points. Liam Lawson has just added 2 points in what is third race. Brilliant. And he's really putting his mark down to get the seat. Yeah, AlphaTauri are going to have a big, the Red Bull program are going to have a big decision to make on Lawson. Wow. On to my main man, Kevin Magnussen. Stand up and be counted. I've absolutely hammered this guy from pillar to post. 10 for Kevin Magnussen. Yeah, when he performs, I'll give him credit. When he performs like he has for the majority of the season, he gets called out. Like I always say, doesn't matter whether you're 10 foot or 1 foot tall, bearded or not bearded, bald or hair. Anyway, Kevin Magnussen, 10. He qualified, where did he, P6. P6 he qualified, finished 10th. Yeah, annoyed Gasly, but Kevin Magnussen, he likes to defend abruptly. Yeah, I went in hard on him, asked for a reaction. Fair play. Credit where it's due. Great weekend for Kevin Magnussen. About time. Hulkenberg 7. Qualified 9th. Finished 13th. Yeah. Magnussen had his number this weekend. Last but not least, Williams. Alex Albon. Yep. Thank you, battery. Great timing. Alex Albon 5. Yeah, pretty standard. Williams didn't suit this track. Qualified 14th. Hit by Perez. Pushed off by Perez. Ends up P11. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that Perez incident. Maybe I'll have to watch that back. And last but not least, Logan Sargent, 0-0-0. I might as well put that in for the rest of the season. You can dress it up as much as you want. This guy's not good enough. Qualifies 18th. In the race, all on his own, hits the wall. What's he doing? No idea. Drops debris all over the track because he's driving too fast on the way back to the pits. Top and bottom of it, Logan Sargent shit. And he needs sacking. Along with Lance Stroll. So, there we have it. Driver ratings for the Singapore Grand Prix. Next up, Japan. Comment down below your thoughts. And yeah, I look forward to reading your ratings. Adios.